Did you get triggered by this woman? What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. I found this video online. I heard it's triggering a lot of people. I haven't watched it. It's called How to Be a Traditional Wife Part 1. Let's go.
How to become a traditional wife. Number 1, embracing ultra-traditional gender roles into your marriage. The man, he is the provider, the main breadwinner. He goes out of the house and works. The woman, the wife, she is the homemaker. She takes care of the home. She takes care of herself, and she does the cooking and the cleaning.
Okay.
Number 2, and I cannot stress this enough, you have to marry the right man. If you marry a guy who in your dating life, he showed abusive and control tendencies, this is a disaster waiting to happen, because when you become financially dependent on this man, he will abuse all of that.
That's true.
Make sure that you take your dating
She hasn't said anything wrong.
Seriously. If you are not dating to eventually marry that person, you're wasting your time. Number 3.
She hasn't said anything wrong.
Learn to clean and learn how to host.
This is the part that'll probably trigger people.
3 years old with my mom, and she taught me how to cook, how to bake. She taught me how to clean, although I could definitely progress on that. Cooking and cleaning are life skills that can benefit you and your family forever. Number 4, you have to.
She hasn't said anything wrong, but I can see modern women being treated by that.
Your day catering to others, whether it is your husband or your family, and it's important to have something that is meant just for you. This could be sewing, this could be painting, I don't know, ice skating. Find something that is just for you and put that in your life every single day.
I agree with that. You don't need to be a traditional woman to have that. If you're married, you do need something for yourself.
Men, husbands, they're very visual, and I'm not saying put a full face of makeup on every day, but I do mean to pull yourself together.
Yeah,
and
I agree with
make
that.
sure that you look presentable, whatever that may mean to you. For me, full face of makeup. I love house dresses, and that's just me. But make sure you are keeping up with your beauty and yourself. You are fit, you are healthy, because you and your husband will benefit from this.
That's true.
A couple ways you could become a traditional wife. Bye.
I don't think she said anything wrong in there. However, I can note a couple of those things that can trigger modern women or women of this generational time. One of those is learn how to clean, learn how to cook, learn how to host. People of these days are very much not traditional. So when you hear things like clean up the house or cook for your husband, it's very like, I'm not your servant, I'm not your this. To each their own, right? To each their own. I don't think it's anybody's right to tell people what to do with their lives. However, also, if you don't get the result you want, you can't blame people for not saying, actually, if you want this, try this. And I believe that's what she's doing, right? Maybe it's working for her, or it could be an internet clout thing, possibly, but I would like to believe this is what she's doing. A few things that I will agree with there is that women should try to be a bit more presentable. I say this because when I was younger, I remember this being an issue in married households, because as a young kid, in my teens, I noted a lot of fights between couples, uncles and aunties, where the uncle is telling the woman, you never dress up for me, or you're not taking care of yourself, or they used to say like you're too relaxed, or you're letting yourself go. And we're not even talking about weight here, guys. It's just the woman is at home and she's just not looking good. And I do believe both husband and wife should look good for each other, right? So if you're at home all the time as a woman, it's very easy to lose the importance of that, because you're at home, you're not going out. And most times we associate beauty or attempt at beauty with an occasion or with going out. Young people, if you're getting married, don't lose this aspect of your marriage. It is something that does happen. Wives become comfortable. I think this might work differently as a dynamic with wives who are working, because you're going out, which means if you're going out to work, you're going out looking good, which means when you come home, if your husband is able to see you, he's able to see you looking nice. But if you're a traditional woman where you're the one at home and he goes out, when he comes home, you're hardly ever gonna look great, because you're always gonna be in home attire. Be mindful of that. I do think that's really important, because way before I got married, this was still an issue with men and women. Until today, I can still say it is still an issue that men and women face in their marriages. Another thing that I agree with her with, and I think is very important, is married people do not lose your identity. So a lot of people believe, whether it's traditional or modern type of marriages, we believe that we live our entire lives for that person. Yes and no. And the reason why I say that is, in my previous video, one of my previous videos, I said when I was advising men that they should let their spouse be their own person. That does mean that spouse doesn't just live to do wife duties or husband duties. They can have their own hobbies. They can have their own mind, things that they love doing, right? And some of those things has to be things that they can do on their own. Yes, it's good to do things together. That's why you got married in the first place, for that companionship. But there are times where you need to be on your own. Men especially do this really well. We know how to kind of separate ourselves from our spouses and go somewhere. As old as time itself, whether it's the pub, whether it's going to our friend's house, whether it's hanging out with the lads, men are very good at this. However, I find sometimes women become so caught up in their husband, and I'm talking about the good ones now, the ones who actually sell themselves fully into the marriage and their husband is everything to them, which is an amazing thing, but they forget their individuality, their hobbies, their wants, their likes. And I'm not talking about career here, guys. For me, as a guy, I'm a gamer. I love gaming. This is something I do on my own. And she has her own thing as well that she can do on her own. Don't lose your identity because you're married. You're two different people with two different mindsets, hobbies, wants, ambition, and whatever, but you just come together. You don't come together to lose those things. Of course, some things give way based on what can survive in a marriage, but your individuality around your hobbies, what you love, you like doing, needs to survive. Did you get triggered by this woman? If modern women are able to tell women that they should be modern, they don't need no man, they should not be slaves to their men, they should adopt a modern way of relationship, 50-50, whatever. If they're free to do that on the internet, shouldn't traditional wives be free to also give their advice? If modern women or feminists can say what they want to say, why can't the traditional people also say what they want to say? Or if you think actually this traditional woman is regressing feminism, is putting in poison in the hearts of young people because traditional mindsets are no longer relevant, whatever your thoughts are, guys, whether or not you got triggered or whether you agree, leave it in the comments below. Remember to subscribe to my channel, like the video, share, and I'll see you on my next reaction.